What's up everyone, my name is Alpha and today we're back with another Pokemon Challenge video. Today we're on Pokemon Sun and Moon, and today's challenge will be, can I beat Pokemon Sun and Moon Hardcore Nuzlocke using only Dark type Pokemon? This is actually very difficult. Now we'll get into the nitty gritty and the details of it in a second, but I want to say we've been doing this series weekly for now and it's been pretty good. If you guys can, please support the series so I know you guys really like it. Let's aim for 1,000 likes just like last time. We hit the like goal within like 2 days, so I was super surprised by that. So thank you so much for supporting the series and leaving a like when you guys can. Anyways, let's get into the rules of this video. Basically, it's a Pokemon challenge video that's a hardcore Nuzlocke. Nuzlocke being, as you guys can see from the screen, it includes the first Pokemon you encounter in each route is the only Pokemon you can catch. In our situation, it's got to be the first shiny dark type Pokemon we encounter in a route, and it can't be a sub route, it got to be the route. It's gonna be very technical in this region of Alola. And as well, fainting equals death, so once a Pokemon faints for the first time, it is done, it is over, it is dead. And now we include the hardcore mode because, you know, we gotta make it worse for ourselves. Hardcore includes you have to switch out your Pokemon manually after defeating a Pokemon, and as well, you cannot use items inside a battle. You can use hell items, but you cannot use items from the bag such as potions and whatever, and you cannot over level your Pokemon. There is a level cap, you can see at the bottom left of the screen. That level cap goes up after we beat each of the kahunas in the game, and at the end the Elite Four is like arranged. That is all the rules for the challenge, except there is a special rule that I made up. Each of my Pokemon will be nicknamed after you guys in the comments. So here are the nicknames I picked out for this challenge video. If you guys want to be nicknamed after a Pokemon in my future challenge videos, just drop it in the comments, and hopefully I'll pick yours. I pick out new comments in from every single video, so don't worry, just drop a comment or tweet me, as this user actually did. Most likely I'll see you on Twitter more because there's less interactions on my Twitter. Plugging my Twitter, go follow my Twitter and tweet me some nicknames you guys want. And also, while you guys are down there liking the video and commenting down a nickname, subscribe if you guys can. It'll greatly help my channel as we're trying to grow this channel as big as we can. And that should be it. I think there's no more ends. Let's get into the challenge video itself. For once, there is a dark type starter Pokemon that we can use. Unfortunately though, I spent a good whole day looking for him. Now the odds have been modified into 1 in 1,500 and I could not find this shiny linen for over an entire day. I was like, I'm so behind schedule in recording, but I'm trying to find this shiny linen. There was no shiny linen, I just couldn't find it. So I decided to move ahead and be like, you know what, this thing is rigged. It feels like it's shiny lock for some reason. I know it's not because I've gotten it in a different video. So I decided to move ahead from this linen and into the first route of the game. Now the first route in the game, you can actually find yourselves Rattatas, which is also a dark type Pokemon. So we're just gonna pretend that is our starter Pokemon. So technically I'm not even breaking the rules, I'm actually handicapping myself even more by just not allowing myself to use a really good Pokemon in Litten. Either way, we had to catch this Rattata because Litten was not even a dark type Pokemon. Am I really missing anything? I don't think so. So we're gonna catch this Rattata as our first Pokemon and as our starter Pokemon. I've never used a Rattata, I don't think, so I don't know how this is gonna go. Now moving on, you know what I said earlier were about sub routes in the game? Yet the Pokemon School in this is not an actual route, it is a sub route inside of Route 1, so any Pokemon in here, including Grimer and the Meowth, we cannot catch it from the Pokemon School, so we have to go through the first dungeon, quote-unquote dungeon of the game, without getting any of them. So I just caught a Meowth to show you guys this is still Route 1, which is very annoying. But anyways, we're gonna move on into the Pokemon School. Luckily, there is a Steel Nerf, and it actually saved my life here, because we would have been dead if the Magnemite was resistant to our moves, but we were able to beat down the first mini boss of the game, which is the Pokemon School teacher, and then we could actually move out into the first main city of the game, which is How Oily is the next city. We find it, we can go in the grass in the next city, and we're able to find ourselves either a shiny Meowth or a shiny Grimer. I'm looking forward to a shiny Grimer a little more, and luckily we did find a shiny Grimer, and it's just regular Grimer's color, so that's kind of funny. We're gonna put that on our team. I actually kind of like the flip-flop of that, it's pretty cool. And then we're gonna face off against Alima. He's gonna be a pretty difficult fight. Luckily we got past him, we flinched down his Yungoos, but it could have been really bad if you know, we didn't flinch him to start. See, Smeargle does a lot of damage there. But anyways, we're gonna beat down Alima and then move on into Route 3. We have to make sure it was Route 3. Or, I mean, Route 2. We had to make sure it's Route 2. And then in this grass, we're able to find the last dark type Pokemon in the early game. It's gonna be a shiny Meowth. So, spend a little time finding a shiny Meowth. It's actually pretty cool. It's very subtle, but very cool. Pretty new. I like all the shiny Pokemon on our team already. They look pretty nice. And once we caught this Meowth, we're able to go into our first trial, which is going to be the Radicate Trial. We're playing on Pokemon Moon because we actually have to. There's a certain Pokemon that's only available in Pokemon Moon that we have to catch eventually. So we have to play on Pokemon Moon, and the first totem is going to be Alolan Radicate. I'm not really used to because I normally play on Sun. To start off against this totem, we're just going to poison it. We're going to try to poison gas it. It hits all the targets, which is nice, but unfortunately, this Radicate has a Pekka Berry, so now we have to just use it again. Our defense is getting really low, so we took a lot of damage from the Rattata. So now we gotta swap out. Fortunately though, it got my Meowth really low on HP and also my Grimer really on HP. So when I switch out into my Rattata, I'm able to do a lot of damage and actually end up knocking out the Radicate itself. Unfortunately, it's gonna scary phase me before it goes down, and then that causes me to be slower than the opposing Rattata, causes it to quick attack, knocks me out, and I lose my first Pokemon in the very first trial of the game, which is so annoying. We're able to knock him out using Fake Out from our Meowth, but we already lost a Pokemon. There's not so many dark types in this game, so it hurts. But we're gonna go into the next route. This is route 3, I think, on the cliffside of this island. We're able to find ourselves Volibee in the sky, and we have to move on. You know, our next Pokemon is going to be this Volibee, and this is the Moon exclusive Pokemon that we can't catch in Pokemon Sun, and it's the next dark type Pokemon. Luckily, we are able to encounter it not too far into our adventure and then capture it and put it on our team. This is very crucial because we need this Pokemon when we face off against the Kahuna of the island. The Kahuna of the island is going to be Hala. Hala is going to be the fighting type. Great, we already start off with the fighting type Kahuna. Couldn't even give it a couple islands, but we start off quickly against him. We're going to start off the battle against him using our Volibee against his Mankey. We're going to start off trying to knock him down as quickly as we can. 2 plucks will actually end up knocking him out, which is nice, and then he's going to switch out to his Makuhita. This Makuhita is not going to do a lot of damage to me at all, so I'm able to nasty plot up right in front of his face, and this allows me to Gust whenever I want. Gust is not a strong move, but it is what we got to use. 2 shots down his Makuhita, and I was assuming it was going to one-shot his Crabrawler. Unfortunately, it does not knock him out. Just barely not knock him out, and then he Z-moves into my 4 HP Volibee, which, I mean, not the best. And we lose our second Pokemon already. We obviously are able to Fake Out and knock out his Crabrawler, but we already lose 2 Pokemon. That's super, super annoying because there is not a lot of Pokemon we can get from this. Anyways, from there, we're going to move on into Verdant Cave. Now, in here, we're able to SOS and summon a Sableye, which is going to be our next Dark-type Pokemon that we're able to encounter. The SOS encounter makes Shinings easier. We spawn a Sableye, and we got a Poison on accident because we hit it with our Grimer, which is a bad play. But either way, it didn't matter if I had Poison on it anyways. It has Nightshade as a move, and it's able to knock down 10 HP off my Pokemon at any time. So it was a big threat at the end when my Meowth only has 7 HP. So I was forced to knock him out because I had no other options. That or I risked my Pokemon going down. So unfortunately, we lose our encounter of Verdant Cave, and we have to move on with only 2 Pokemon. It's not too bad though, as we move on into Akala Island, and once we land in Akala Island, we could go into the grass and try to hunt for ourselves a shiny Eevee. We end up finding a shiny Eevee, which is not too hard, and we capture it and put it on our team. Now, Eevee's obviously not a dark type Pokemon just yet. If we up its friendship until it's nighttime, we're able to evolve it into an Umbreon. So we just have to put it in the back party and hopefully just gains XP. We'll give it some proteins and whatever later on, and then it should be good to go. So from there, we're going to actually head into the next trial of the game. We're going to head into the water trial of the game. Wishy-Washy is going to be an actual easier trial. There's a lot of trials back to back after this one. There's going to be the fire grass one after this one. So it's going to be rapid fire trials, but we're able to poison down. Luckily, we have Poison Fang and Poison Touch as an ability. So we're able to poison down the Wishy-Washy, and eventually it's just going to get poisoned down. It's nothing too difficult. I mean, it spawns another Wishy-Washy. I think it could spawn something better, but luckily it just spawns another Wishy-Washy, and I'm able to just eventually knock him out just with my Grimer. Grimer solos down the Wishy-Washys, and we're cleared through the water trial very easily, as I say so myself. Now, moving on into the next trial, we're going to move on to the fire trial, and the fire trial is only annoying because you can't heal before these battles. So once you beat the trainer and the Alolan Marowak, you're forced into the totem fight against the Salazzle without healing. So we're going to face off against Salazzle. I say one of the harder totems, I must say. Start of the battle using my Persian against him. Persian is able to outspeed and bite down the Salazzle, which is nice. It's gonna poison me, which is okay. I mean, it's fine. It's gonna spawn in a Salandit, which is completely harmless. So I'm just gonna bite down the Salazzle, hoping for a flinch, but it Venom drained me. I thought it was gonna Flame Burst me or something, but I'm able to bite it once again and knock out the Salazzle. Super simple. And then the Salandit is kind of scaring me over there because it's been a few turns. The Toxic is building up. Gotta switch out to my Grimer to finish it off, but we easily passed through this. Now the next trial is gonna be the Grass Trial and one of the last trials in this island. You assume this would be an easy trial since I have a Poison type. This was not actually easy. This is pretty stressful. So we start out the trial against the totem Lurantis using my Grimer. Obviously, I'm trying Prey for a Poison or Bally Poison with my Poison Touch or my Poison Fang. It spawns in a Trumpig, which is going to be annoying because it's going to Supersonic me. But I am able to get a Poison. But Bally Poison is going to build up against Lurantis, even though it's trying to Synthesis. And now I want to actually switch out into my Persian, because I have enough HP on my Grimer to survive anything. And force him to Solar Blade me so he doesn't Synthesis anymore. Since Toxic damage is building up so much, it's going to Solar Blade me as I switched out into my Grimer. Force him to take a big Toxic damage and knock himself out. And then from there, we just had to finish off against the Trumpig. Could have been very close if the Trumpig attacked me, but it didn't. I'm able to switch back out into my Persian to knock out the Trumpig, and we finished the battle against the Grass Totem. And finally, that is over. Now next up, we're going to go into this town of the game and go back behind these Pikachu benches and get ourselves an Eevee. Obviously put that on a Grimer to up our defenses because it's not a fully evolved Pokemon, and head into the Kahuna fight against Olivia, which is going to be the rock type Kahuna. We're going to start the battle against her using our Grimer. Our Grimer is going to minimize in front of the Nosepass and take no damage from it. No Thunder Wave, no Rock Slide, none of that. So that's actually amazing for us. It's actually going to randomly switch out into his Boldore, like it's going to change anything. And then we got that thing Bally Poison, and we're able to just bite it down and finish off both the Boldore and the Nosepass. Now once the Lycanroc comes out, I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting an easier fight. It's gonna Continental Crush me, which obviously avoids any evasion boost, and hits me all the way down to yellow HP, almost red HP. And I'm like, that could have been really bad. Since I minimize up, I'm not too scared. I am able to 1v1 down the Lycanroc and knock it out, but if I did take 1 or 2 Rock Slides at the beginning, this could have been really bad. Really bad. But we got lucky in that and we beat Olivia and we can move on from her. Now next up, our Eevee actually evolves into an Umbreon, which finally we get a Pokemon on our team is besides Persian and Grimer. We could also get some new TMs from the Pokemon over here. As you see, we got some Swords Dance, Bulldoze, U-Turn, some decent TMs as we make our way into Route 10, where we're able to find ourselves a Shiny Pancham. Now Shiny Pancham is not a dark type in itself, but it evolves into a dark type, so we're just gonna have to put that on the team until it evolves, essentially. But we get a Shiny Pancham, which is pretty cool. Next up, we're gonna head into the electric trial of the game. Now this electric trial might be scary if you see it through certain optics because it's part bug type, but as you can see, I started the battle against him using my Grimer and it doesn't get poisoned. What? I thought it got poisoned. Well, must be my oh no, it does get poisoned because I risk it here. I'm like, what? This charge bug's not gonna attack me. I overconfidently said that, and I did get a badly poisoned on the Vigavolt, and then I guess my gambling habits paid off because I could switch out into my Persian after this, and then I could fake out into the Vigavolt to obviously do more damage to it. Now from there I could switch out into my Umbreon, which will finish the job, well, finish the turn, and then force the Vigavolt to go down. Quick attack on Umbreon will actually knock out the Vigavolt, and it's just a charger bug. I think we can handle a charger bug here, and we can finish off against the electric trial, and then we can head into Hapu village. In here you're gonna be able to find yourselves an Absol, a shiny Absol, free right there. We'll add that to our team as we head into the ghost trial next. And now I assume this ghost trial wasn't gonna be too difficult because, you know, ghosts, we're pure dark types. I think we should be pretty good. This ghost is very special because it's part fairy, so it actually destroys my team. So I came into the impression of just overleveling Pokemon, get my levels close to the level cap, start the battle using Persian, and hopefully U-turn break its disguise. Unfortunately, it just destroyed my Persian, one-shots it, and I was like, oh, that's not good. So I decided to switch out into my Pangoro, and then I could bullet punch into the Mimikyu to break its disguise. At the bare minimum, it's gonna one-shot me and then knock out another Pokemon, which I'm like, this is not good. So I decided to switch out into my Alolan Muck, and Muck is going to Poison Fang into the Mimikyu. Gets it poisoned. Unfortunately, it does have a Lumberry, so I'm like, you know what? Go again. Hopefully, I crossed my fingers and it landed a Poison Fang. I landed a Poison Fang and it did get badly poisoned, and I'm like, yes. Okay, save the run. So I decided to go into my Absol to sack it, obviously. So that's that's the third Pokemon going down. So I switch out into my Umbreon next. Umbreon is going to bite into the Mimikyu to guarantee the KO against it. Take a play rough. Luckily, it's so tanky, it could take a play rough and then knock out the Mimikyu. And then from here, all I have to do is just survive, outlast the Haunter. Even if it sucker punches me, it's fine. I'm able to bite it, knock him out because it has poor physical defense, and I'm able to get past the Ghost Trial and move on from there. Jeez, that was a pain. That was so scary. I almost lost every single Pokemon on my team. But we're able to get past the Mimikyu and move on into the actual desert of the game. Once you get done with the Ghost Trial, you're able to go into the desert and find yourself some Sandals, which are ground and dark type Pokemon. Now, all you gotta do is catch a shiny one in here and it is on our team. Now, the next difficult fight in my opinion is gonna be the Guzman fight because his main Pokemon is a bug type Pokemon. Luckily, we get lucky and we poison stall him down using our Umbreon. So Umbreon is gonna be our main carry for a little bit. Outside of that, we're going to face off against the next kahuna of the game. We're going to face off against Nanu. Nanu is going to be the dark type kahuna of the game. We're going to start the battle against him using our Krokorok, which is going to be our newly acquired dark type Pokemon. We're able to do a lot of damage down to a Sableye and then switch out into my Umbreon because it was not getting safe out there. I decided to work up in front of the Sableye, which could be a bad idea because it does have Confuse Ray, I think, or something else. I think Krokorok on his team has Confuse Ray or a Swagger, so I'm able to heal up my Pokemon and then keep work up in front of him, get +6 and then one shot down the Sableye. Unfortunately, his Earthquake does a lot of damage as I'm able to just trying to really get my HP back from the Krokorok, but I'm able to eventually knock out the Krokorok with a bite. His Persian comes out next. I assume with so much HP, I think I could live its Z move. And it's not going to Z-move for a long time, apparently. It's going to Power Gem me, get me down to 50 HP with a crit. And then I'm like, now it's going to Z-move for sure. It did not actually. It did not want to Z-move. It wanted to Power Gem once more. It just wanted to keep Power Gemming me. And then even though it got low on HP and got poisoned, it wanted to full heal instead of Z-moving or even healing up all the way. So I'm able to Poison Fang, knock out the Persian, and get Poison Touch on it. So we're able to knock out the Persian and beat Nanu and avoid any Z move from it. I mean, I'll take it because we get the Z move crystal for dark moves now, and I mean that's looking pretty good for us. As we head into the next Guzman fight, we're gonna use Minimize, clear it through. That's always a nice game plan. From there though, we're gonna go into the coastlines of this island and then catch yourselves a shiny Sharpedo. Now Sharpedo is 1% in regular encounters, but it's 10% in these Ripple waters, so it's actually pretty easy to find. So we get one, put that on our team, and we gotta move on. We're gonna move on into the final kahuna fight of the game. We're gonna face off against Hapu. Hapu is going to be the ground type kahuna of the game, and we're gonna start the battle against her using our Crocodile. Now Crocodile actually has Moxie as an ability, so it's actually pretty good. It's going to Bodos, knock out the Ductrio, and then Crunch into a Z move Dark, knock out the Gastrodon. I thought Crunch would do a little bit more, but you know what, it's fine. Black Hole Eclipse will knock out the Gastrodon as he sends out a Mudsdale next. Switched out into my Umbreon. I take an Earthquake and then take the Z move super easily, as you can see. And then we're able to stall down the Mudsdale, and it's pretty free right now. We Toxic Stall down the Mudsdale, and then her Flygon comes on next. Exactly the same thing. I'm able to Toxic Stall it down and then knock it out. And we eventually beat down Hapu with a very annoying strategy of just Toxic Stalling, but it works out. Apparently our dark type monotype Shining Lock is more of a toxic stalling simulator. But anyways, we're gonna move on into this patch of grass over here, and we're able to find ourselves some Murkrows. Now Murkrow is not gonna be our main target though. I mean, it is our main target. It's put it on a team, obviously put that Murkrow on a team, but once we get a Murkrow though, we're able to go out in the grass and also thief against Jangmo-Os. Jangmo-Os also have this 5% chance of getting Razor Claws, so we're going to search them out, spend a little time getting them, and that is going to be useful for our last Pokemon when we catch them. After that, we're going to move on into the Dragon Trial. We're going to start with the battle against the Como using our Muck, because Muck is pretty tanky and can also poison down the Como. I'm just going to poison down the Como. Missed the poison jab because he protected. I should have just hit the hack moral, but it's fine. It's fine. Stay in. Luckily, I do get a poison jab off against him, but I gotta switch out. This thing is doing too much damage. Luckily, my Umbreon can take a Sky Uppercut from both sides easily, and then I could protect right in front of him and take no damage at all as he goes down, and we beat Como by poison stalling. I mean, it's a working strategy, don't hate it. And we beat the Acmo and we finished the Dragon Trial. Now that is not the end of that though, because we're gonna move on from there and face off against Lusamine. Now Lusamine is not actually a big problem at all, because we started a battle against her using our poison and dark type Pokemon Muck and just minimizing in front of the Clefable. Clefable does not do any sorts of damage to me, and I'm able to just basically win it down, just whittle it down. Every single one of her Pokemon are not a big threat at all, and some of her Pokemon actually started healing me. This Beware actually heals my HP instead of, I mean, it also hammer arms me, but it heals my HP. And then the Miss Magius wants to heal my HP, so it's a pretty free fight in this situation. I'm able to knock down Lusamine without any trouble at all. Now we can move into the Pokemon League. At the base of the Pokemon League, we're able to find ourselves a shiny Sneasel in the grass, which is going to be our final dark type Pokemon of the game. There's a lot of pink shiny Pokemon. There's like 4 that has pink in it in my team, but we're able to evolve it into a Weavile and then go back into Pony Island, where we're able to get ourselves a Focus Sash as well, because that's very crucial in what we need to do when we face off against the Elite Four. Once we're at the Pokemon League, we're going to enter and face off against the Elite Four itself. We're going to start off easily by facing off against the Ghost type Elite Four member, starting off with our Weavile against her Sableye. Now, Weavile is meant to just be here and then set up and go. I set up and then I got confused, right? So, obviously, it's giving me a little trouble, but that should be fine. I'm just going to try to Ice Shard it, hoping it doesn't kill it, and then to waste some turns so I could get unconfused. And luckily I do eventually get unconfused without even hitting myself, and I'm able to Ice Shard down the Sableye. The Delmise comes out next. I'm punishment with one shot. I don't even know how it works technically, but I'm able to punishment one shot the Delmise, and then I punishment once again into the Palisand. Almost knocks him out as he Iron Defense, which is interesting. I'm gonna Ice Shard it to do some damage against him, and since I'm +2, a punishment would knock him out, so that's free. It's pretty free. Frostless comes out as her next Pokemon, and it's gonna hit me with a Blizzard, but a punishment will knock him out. And then her final Pokemon will be obviously a Drifloon. I'm able to punishment and knock it out in one shot. Taking Aftermath could have been scary, but we live in, and we beat the first Elite Four member pretty easy. Now we move on to a little harder. We're gonna face off against Hala once again. Hala is gonna be the fighting type Elite Four member, and it's gonna be very, very annoying. We're gonna start the battle against Hala using our Weavile. Now I put the Focus Sash on Weavile. This was made for Weavile, so I can Sword Sense right in front of the Hariyama. I'm able to get a +2 on it, and it's gonna close combat me, so I'm guaranteed to KO on it with an Aerial Ace. Knock him out, and then he's gonna switch out into his Crabominal, which has a lot of defense and survives my Aerial Ace, and then Z moves into my Weavile. A bit overkill for a 1 HP Weavile, but we'll take it. We'll take it. Weavile goes down. And then we're going to switch out into our Crocodile, which has Aerial Ace and Moxies. So we're able to knock down the Crabominal, which is nice. Get a +1 on physical attack. And then the Primeape comes out next. I'm able to Z-move into it. Cross Chop, oh my god. I thought Cross Chop does a little less than that, but I'm able to live Cross Chop with 3 HP. And then Z-move Fly into the Primeape to knock him out. And then his next Pokemon will be a Beware. I'm like, I need a free switch right now. I switched into my Sharpedo, and obviously, I try to, circumvent this by having a Chople Bear on Sharpedo. No, it went down. Sharpedo is not living that. So, at least Sharpedo got some chip damage against the Beware. Now, next up, I'm going to switch out into my Honchkrow to Fly and then hit the Beware. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like 2 Flies will knock him out. It might get him to red HP, so I'm going to hit him with a Foul Play. But luckily, I dodge, boom, the Hammer Arm, and I can Fly once again to knock out the Beware without taking a single point of damage. Okay. And then the Poliwrath comes out next. I flew, I missed the fly, and then hits me with a Waterfall. I'm like, I can't stay in for another one. So I decided to switch out into my Umbreon. Now Umbreon would actually survive a Waterfall and then Toxic Stall. And I'm able to stall down the Poliwrath. Just barely. I barely ran out of Moonlight, and I'm able to survive the Poliwrath's Wrath. and we're able to beat down Hala with only losing 2 Pokemon. We lost Weavile and we lost Sharpedo, which is not the biggest deal in the world. We kept the main hitters, kept Muck, I kept Umbreon, I kept Crocodile. That's all I really need. So next up, we got to face off against Olivia, which is going to be the rock type Elite Four member. We're going to start the battle against her using our Crocodile. Our Crocodile is actually pretty insane, as you can see. So we're going to start the battle with Tectonic Raging into the Relicanth. Might be overkill, but we need the +1 attack. That will lead into her sending out Carbink, and Carbink just barely lives the attack against my Crocodile, which is so annoying. It's going to set up Reflect, and then it's going to annoy me. But luckily, I'll waste all the Reflect turns and then knock it out. And then the Golem comes out next. I'm pretty sure I can knock this thing out, as I'm able to just break into an Earthquake to knock out the Golem. It gets me down to low HP, so I wasn't too confident at the end, but we're able to knock out the Golem. And then the Lightning Rod comes on next. I assume it wants to Z-move me, so I switched out to my Muck, and my Muck's like, why am I here? And then it wants to Z-move me and hit me really hard, so it's a rematch from before. I survive it pretty clean with 60 HP and recover myself with some citrus berries. And then I could switch out into my Umbreon to Toxic Stall down the Lightning Rock, obviously, and I could live this pretty easily. Toxic Stalling down the Lightning Rock will eventually get a KO on it. And then her final Pokemon will be a Probopass. This Probopass is quite annoying. It's going to Thunder Wave me, it's going to synchronize it, so at least it gets Thunder Wave. And all I want to do is just bite it down to about this point. Now once I get to this point, I'm pretty sure my Muck can live any type of move. So I decided to risk it, move into my Muck, and Muck is able to crunch and knock out their Probopass, which is an amazing thing, so we don't lose a single Pokemon from this fight, and we're able to beat Olivia and move on to the final Elite Four member. Now the final Elite Four member we gotta face off is going to be the Flying type Elite Four member, and we're going to start the battle against her using our Crocodile. I also put the Z Rock move on it, so I can Z move whatever I want. I'm able to crunch down, knock out the Skarmory, which is nice, and then she's going to switch out into her Mandibus, which I wish I had one, but I'm able to Z move Rocket and then one-shot it completely. Now, at this point, this Crocodile looks ugly. This shiny looks so bad, but I'm able to one-shot down the Mandibus. I got a +2 in physical attack, so all I gotta do is Stone Edge. I don't miss a single Stone Edge. Bam, bam, bam. Knock out the Toucanon. Knock out the Oricorio. And then her final Pokemon will be a Crobat. Not a single beat miss. Just hit it with a Stone Edge and destroy the battle. Crocodile is going crazy here. Now, if you thought that was crazy, watch this fight. I only replaced one of Crocodile's move for Bodos, and we fight off against, obviously, Professor Kukui for the championship. We're going to start the fight against him using our Crocodile. We're going to Bodos into the Lightning Rock to lower his speed, because I know it's going to, he loves to set up Stealth Rocks. I am assuming my Crocodile is not going to make it to the end, so I'm just going to try to Bodos, knock out as much as I can, go on a sweep, knock out the Lightning Rock for a plus attack boost, and then he's going to switch out to his Ninetales. I'm like, damn, I think I lost right here. It's going to Safeguard as I go for a Stone Edge. I knock it out in one shot. I'm like, oh, wait a second. I got a +2. Since I was Primarina, I'm like, I outspeed this. Wait a second. I'm a Z Tectonic Rage it. Knock it out in one shot. I get a +3 in physical attack. I'm like, okay, what's going on? What's going on? He sends out a Bravery. I outspeed it, Stone Edge him, knock him out. I'm like, what? This battle's over. This battle's over. He sends out his Snorlax Earthquake +4, I think, and then knock him out. And his final Pokemon will be this poor Magnezone that gets a Flash Cannon off on me. But I'm just going to Bodos him down as he full restores 5,000 times. And then I'm able to knock him out, sweeping Professor Kukui with my Crocodile that I thought was going to start off the battle with. And I just beat the challenge. The challenge got easier as we went on. It was super difficult. I mean, we have 7 deaths. The hardest thing was easily the Mimikyu fight. If I did not get that poison on it, I just realized that I might have just lost the challenge back then. And also against Hala, I didn't know how to even beat Hala. Those 2 hammer arm misses were so crucial. So what a lucky run, but we still did it. Luck is part of skill, you know. But anyways, I want to say thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. What do you guys think of this challenge? You guys think it was more skill or more luck? I think it's a mixture. It's a little mixture. Maybe more luck, but I actually had a lot of fun doing this challenge. I have, fun playing Pokemon Sun and Moon once again. Anyways, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you guys can, please don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas and some nicknames down below. And subscribe if you guys are not already. It'll greatly help my channel. And my name has been Alpha. Hope you guys all had a great day. I'm out. Peace.